I love it. All right, here's Sliver Hive, Aether Vial. Start us off. Hank thinking about responding. Force of Will, pitching punt.
I think it's really good.
Sure.
Yeah, just take this one.
Yep. I will fetch a bulk and attempt to pull.
18?
I will keep the sand.
Okay.
And I will...
All right, Dave Kaplan, the champion of this tournament, will be on the ELO Punters podcast. Awesome. If you're watching this later on YouTube, the link will be somewhere. All right, here's a crystalline sliver. And Hank fetching. Crystalline sliver gives all slivers shroud. And is one of the most powerful slivers in the deck, really. We are dealing with a little bit of glare. This was a convention center. I was moving around from table to table throughout the event, so we will see some glare on cards, but we will work through it, everybody. Here's a consider for Hank. Trying to see what the land is that is stuck in the glare. I believe it's a cavern. Edge of Autumn surveilled into the graveyard.
Guardian ends?
4.
Not simple.
I'm going to get
There's a flooded strand for Hank.
the Emeria land. A 3 to bring it in untapped.
No, you're good.
So you take no damages?
3.
3.
I'm going to attempt to cast this one. Archon of Emeria.
Sure.
2 cards.
At this point in the game, Jeremiah must know what they're up against. Hank obviously knows slivers are on the other side.
Go to 19, trigger on these guys.
Yep.
18.
Okay. Pass you.
Brainstorm here for Hank is going to resolve. Yes, this is the SCG New Jersey Saturday Legacy 10K.
Honor trigger.
Yeah.
Honor?
Yeah.
Shartwin, thank you for the resub. 31 months for Shartwin. Hello, Shartwin. Thank you.
Go ahead.
Without Shartwin, there's no channel.
Take the initiative.
All right, a fetch here for Hank. After the brainstorm. Want to just take a quick moment to thank some new YouTube members, Zane Aga and David McCoon. Thanks for hitting the join button on YouTube. Appreciate that. Hit the join button on YouTube, everybody.
Yep.
Here's a ponder for Hank.
Okay. Draw.
Can't quite see Hank's hand. It looks like there's an Edge of Autumn in there. Maybe another Brainstorm. It doesn't look like there's a Doomsday. It looks like a Street Wraith was just drawn. I don't see a land or a Doomsday. I'm trying to make out what those last. It looks like there's a ritual, maybe Cabal Ritual. There's another Cavern. Yeah, double Cavern and Sliver Hive. Here's Sinew Sliver. Attacking for 3.
14. And I will pass to you.
Good?
Yeah.
I forgot that I had the life totals disabled. My bad. they're now up.
Are you delirious?
I am.
Cabal Ritual hitting the stack.
Targeting.
Hold on. I'm gonna play Wasteland. Start there.
Sure.
Duress, 4 black mana floating. The hand is Sinew Sliver, Hibernation Sliver, and another Crystalline.
I'll play Doomsday down one.
Okay, so there is a Doomsday. Doomsday on the stack.
And you lose half, so 7. Okay.
7 life is precarious against Slivers. Jeremiah currently has 4 power on the board.
Yeah,
Upkeep,
yeah,
initiative trigger,
yeah,
I'll forge,
yeah.
2 counters on this guy.
You are delirious.
Correct.
Draw.
Sorry. Yeah.
Wasteland the wall. Sure. Move to combat 3.
Looks like the Edge of Autumn was pulled out of the graveyard. You do get to see which cards were taken from the graveyard.
Combat.
Yeah.
I'll attack you.
I go to 14.
Pass you. Mind if I just take a look? Yes.
I'm gonna waste it.
All right. Jeremiah politely asking to take a look. Hank sorting out the 5 cards to make sure they are in proper order. And looks like Hank opting for the Edge of Autumns over Street Wraith, which makes sense given the low life total against a deck with a lot of creatures. Harry Houdini making a great point. Slivers is interesting in this initiative meta, takes the initiative back fairly easily. I agree. I was saying as we were getting started, I feel like this was a great deck choice. If you're going to play some tribal Vile deck, Slivers seems pretty like it could be pretty powerful right now. Rockman is here. What's up, Rockman? 13 months at tier 1 for Eddie the Intern. Thanks for the resub. Appreciate that. All right, Mutavault into turn 1 Vile for Jeremiah on turn 1 in game 2. Turn 1 Duress. Let's see what Jeremiah's holding. Force pitching Crystalline Sliver. I love that. Duress in response, force pitching Crystalline Sliver. It's like Urza's Saga standard all over again, right, everybody? Or extended or something, right? What year is it? All right, a second Mutavault comes in.
Torpor Orb.
Ooh, Torpor Orb. Yeah, I guess Slivers don't have ETB abilities, do they?
3 counters.
Wow. All right. Kentucky Fried, thanks for the resub. 2 months for Kentucky Fried. Happy New Year. I think Vile just ticked up to 2. Yeah, Vile just ticked up to 2. There's Caracas, I believe.
Yeah.
Activating Vile. Sinew Sliver, which is basically Muscle Sliver but white, for those of you not familiar. Attacking for 3 with Mutavault. I dig it. Torpor Orb is pretty good here. Torpor Orb, of course, for anyone not familiar, stops Thassa's Oracle ETB trigger, which is the whole point, which is the whole point of resolving Doomsday. Okay, so Dark Ritual Doomsday, Hank going for it. Despite Torpor Orb.
Is it round up or down? Let me just take a look at my deck. Alright, I can't wait. That's a ball.
Wow. Hank says I can't win. Good game. Wow. Well, not really a mistake, just more of a, you know what I mean. All right, 1 card on the bottom for Jeremiah. I'm all to 6. Looks like Hank kept 7. Hank on the play.
I will.
Seems like the Torpor Orb caught Hank off guard. Wasn't ready for it. The Force on Duress looking good. Yeah, I believe Hank's list does have Petty Theft. Cavern on Slivers. Here's Vile. Second Scalding Tarn. Aquinas making a good point. There are some slivers with ETB triggers. Harmonic Sliver is a big one. That's true. Vile ticks up to 1. There's a Mutavault. Chalice on 0. Torpor Orb.
I think I'm gonna finish.
Hank double fetching in response to Torpor Orb here, getting 2 Underground Seas.
You wanna go first? Thanks, Super.
Hard casting Force on the Torpor Orb after a Dark Ritual. Yeah, I'm not sure why the Chalice on 0, Chalice on 1 seems a bit better. Let's see how this works out.
Oh, you. Yep.
There's Cabal Ritual for Hank. Hank has 5 cards in the graveyard.
Yep, that's fine.
That's it.
Doomsday resolves. I feel like in general, Doomsday has more difficulty with Chalice on 1. But Eddie the intern in the chat pointing out Jeremiah may have just wanted to be mana efficient. Petals and LED are the key cards that the Chalice on 0 could stop. Maybe the Chalice was bait, maybe. Alright, Twitch chat is skeptical.
Guess don't, maybe. All you.
Vile is on 1 at this point.
Yep.
Hey.
Yep.
Let's get,
Three.
Sure. Bonus pedal. Stack for whites. Icon of Mary. From Lux.
Yep.
Source to Plowshares.
Yep.
All right, Hank assembles the pile and passes the turn. Vial activated on end step. Gale Rider Sliver, I believe it's called, the flying one. Vial up to 2 now. Mutavolt stuck in Glare.
Recommend. 9, right? We're at 18. Secluded courtyard on slivers.
Secluded Courtyard on Slivers.
Activate Mutavolt. Swing for 3.
Go.
Go ahead.
Swinging for 3, putting Hank down to 6 and passing the turn. So Street Wraith is tricky at this point. All right, cycling Street Wraith.
I default results.
Ooh, I have not watched this match, but I have a bit of a prediction in my head. What if this vial's in a Hushbringer here? Force pitching Hibernation Sliver on the Thassa's Oracle. Hank passes the turn.
Down 2. Draw. Activate.
Oh, Sinew Sliver comes in, and there's game. Wow.
I just drew that.